No,
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on.
Evilblue.
Where's the? There's so many people in the stage, bro. Crazy.
This VC actually isn't for Rune Slayers, guys. It's actually for Type Soul. We're
No, it
announcing the
isn't.
Type Soul
I don't-
release date.
No.
Yes, we
I
are.
don't work.
Don't listen to him.
I don't work on
We're
Type
here to
Soul.
save Type Soul, guys. Type Soul, I'm out, someone said.
Oh no, you're gonna rile them up.
Someone said it's actually for Marshall Academy.
Yeah, we just
Washi
lost like
Academy.
500. We just lost like 500 people. That's crazy. Wait, Mashal, guys, hold on. Mashal had a sand magic. I can show you.
Will the devs balance the game in the update or keep everything the same? No, we're actually going to kill everything. We're actually going to make everything super OP. Just for no reason
Don't
at all.
listen to him. Hey, hold on, bro.
As you
You're
can
gonna
trust-
get You are going to get mass reported just like me. You're gonna lose
I
access to
wish
your
they
account.
would. Report me! Report me, I dare you all.
No, bro, you're actually gonna get. caught,
No,
bro.
yeah, they're gonna get you, dude.
No, I'm
wish
saying
they
it
would.
dead ass. I got locked out 5 times, bro. I'm not even lying. That's why I'm being nice and humble.
There's 800 people here. Oh, we're losing members. Oh, we're gaining. Oh, we're losing. Oh, we're gaining. And we just lost. We're gaining.
Hey man,
Lost.
Runes are been a
everyone's
W so
cheaply-
far.
I don't even think we pinged for this, did we?
I
Nah,
don't think so.
Did you guys get a ping for it or no?
no.
I didn't get a ping for
For
it.
the event?
But I don't get
Oh
pinged for
no!
any-
Oh shit!
They're
You
all
didn't
saying
ping,
no
and
in
there's
the
like
chat.
900 people, bro.
Oh
Yo,
my
hold
bad.
on.
Let me do the ping then.
Yo,
Yo, how is this guy pinging me?
Because the stage has no automod.
are
Oh
you
my
are you
God.
gonna ping everyone right now?
Yo, I'm on the stage right now.
Yeah, I'm about to
Oh
ping,
shit!
you guys ready?
I
I was gonna send something, but
let's not.
maybe
send
not
it.
in announcements. Last time I sent something in an announcements for Type Soul, Dave wasn't too happy.
It's okay, bro. Let's forget about Type Soul right now.
I was shit posting in announcements, and me and ZL suffered the consequences.
Um,
The wrath of Dave.
check on ping.
And we got hella people in here now.
No, it's gonna keep going up. We just gotta wait for a bit, and then we also gotta. Who else do you guys think is showing up or no?
No, I think some people are
Probably
invited.
very much.
Yo,
We gotta wait for Wong too.
Mhm.
there's nothing.
Let's just get everyone in here. Let's
They
get
broke my
every dev
damn
in here.
Discord. I can't even move anything. I shouldn't have done that.
Unironically, I don't think there is any other dev that would talk in here, regardless, even if they did join.
Yeah, they're a bit shy, guys.
You guys scaring them.
Onyx
Not me,
was
though.
gonna be here, but he has some RL things. So.
Yeah, I think we can start in like a few minutes, like on like 5 at tops.
Okay.
5 minutes tops, I'll be conked out in bed by now.
That, bro.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. on a school night, so
Oh dang.
I'm just in here because I'm
It's
bored.
1
man.
a.m. Wait, it's 1 a.m. for you? It's
Yeah, we do anything but sleep in this
it's-
house.
It is 5:30 a.m. 5:37 a.m. for me right now.
Yeah, it gets serious in Mumbai.
Yeah, it's getting serious in Mumbai right now, bro. Low key. Someone nuke India, please. I want it.
Nah, Mumbai fire, bro.
Hey.
Don't even know.
Hell no.
TWK.
We cannot be saying this. Hey, bro, it's fine. Just jump, bro. Oh my god, I just saw the question, bro. Check your DMs. Hold on. Quro, check your DMs. Just saw the question I was saying in the dev server. Bro,
Yo, let's get to 2K members, bro.
get the 2K guys. Drop a like and everything.
If we get the 2K, I'll do a golden fairy giveaway.
There's okay. Bro.
Dude, the game's not even
fairies.
open.
The golden fairies are not that important, bro.
Yeah, no,
I
they
don't know
want.
why.
You know what
They
you
were-
can give them? A pet chicken.
Yeah, they care more about a pet
Yo, what
chicken
about a
than
pet
golden
frog?
fairy.
Pet
What
frogs.
about a chicken jockey?
What about a mother spider, guys?
Oh no.
Oh nah.
If someone can
much.
guess, no,
Pet
never mind.
chicken.
I was gonna say if someone can guess my favorite color, but that's gonna be like the easiest thing ever.
One lucky listener is about to get a pet chicken, guys.
One lucky listener is about to get Fire Knight Greatsword
Man.
reskin from Type Soul, and yes, it is in game.
All right, bro. Get Dive Soul out of your head, bro.
No, I actually did add it. There is a Fire Knight Greatsword reskin. I added it for me.
You added it here.
Yeah, into Rune Slayer. Yeah,
Oh no.
Oh, okay. That's cool then.
it's for me because I just create the greatest things of all time. Did you know that Fire Knight Greatsword actually is top 5 inventions of all time?
Dial weapon was made in Type Soul and then never got used. So hey, gotta be used here.
That's the demons over here.
2K
Yeah,
members, I'll drop a
hard
nitro
to-
link. Yo, hold on. 2K
People are
members
listening.
and he will drop a nitro link.
Here, let's get another ad, everyone.
Oh hell no.
Oh nah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we can start now.
Someone wants to- Wait,
Alright.
hold on. Before we start, I need to drag someone up here. Thinks he's a big man. How do I drag someone on mobile? Sora, when I find you in this chat, when I find you, bro. it's
Wait,
not
what
gonna
is
be
your
good
name?
for you. Sora, but there's probably a million Soras.
Hold on.
Actually, check if they have me added. If you can find them. Wait, is it this? No, that's invite a friend.
Oh wait, I need to bring someone else up here too. How do you search for like person?
I don't
You can
know.
just-
Is a stage capped at like
1800?
No, people just
No.
don't join.
No, it's going up, down. Okay, I don't know actually.
Well, now because we haven't started yet.
Yeah, how are you gonna look for people? Hold on. Just tell them to
Someone
um.
All right, raise your hands, guys. Who wants to get on stage?
Oh no, don't. Okay. Just
No, we can bring people up after all the main
yeah,
shit.
I
yeah.
don't even see their hands raised, so I guess no one wants to come on stage. How man?
One guy just did the middle finger, bro. That's what he got. That's what he got, bro.
His
I got
He
this
actually is
band.
G. He's G, bro.
How do your band?
Necro.
Oh, now they're spamming you now.
Because he told them to. What did you expect? Just told everyone to do a emoji.
Are we getting a free slot? No, fuck you.
Alright,
Okay.
chill. That's a
Chill
little
out, bro.
disrespectful, I can't lie. But I
We're
think
out
we're
this
starting
Thursday
now.
on here. I'm so sorry.
I believe I got a list of questions from the Rune
Yeah,
Slayer info
let's-
server.
Yeah, let's bring him up real quick.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know how to bring you on stage, Viral. And also, you're too late. We're getting
Oh,
into
there
it
you go.
now,
Invite to
boys.
speak. I found out how to do it.
Yo, what's up?
What's up,
Yo.
man? Okay, so we are going to start off by a little introduction who Evil Forge is, who Quro is, and Amon. And then from there, hold on, let me get my notes. And then yeah, introduction
notes on it.
positions and what do you do for Rune Slayer? Anybody can go first.
I'll start. Yo, long story short, my name is Evilblue, as people call me, but I do backend for the game, and for people to know what that is, it's just basically the backbone of the game.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all you need
Alright,
to know, bro.
I do the VFX and the lore, even though there's not much of it right now. But just wait, guys. I'm cooking.
I am Amon and I do the models and shit. Like I'm reworking, optimizing, and making new models, like mobs and
Why were you
everything.
saying our names? Everyone
Hey,
knows
bro,
it.
it's like the
I know our
school
name.
shit, bro.
Yeah, it's fine. And then Adil can
Bro.
introduce himself too.
Let
Yeah,
me
hi.
feel nostalgic.
I'm the Rune Slayer info owner and manager. That's about it.
Hey, bro, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
I
Man.
remember you DM'd me asking if I wanted in the server, but I didn't know if it was real or not, so I didn't join. Could have been a hack attempt. You never know, bro.
Hey,
Nah,
bro,
man, I got good intentions.
let's get on with it, guys. Let's
Yeah,
give
hold
them
on,
the
let's-
answers.
All right. You said we're starting off the questions.
We can start off with the questions, but I'm trying to see if
Yeah.
where's Wonk. He said he'd be here in 5 minutes. So
We can wait
he
for
has
him.
to he has to showcase the Tundra stuff, right? Or at least give them a general idea of what it's going to be.
He was
we're
gonna
gonna just
say
go-
something. He was gonna say something really important. So
Yeah,
that
that's what I was waiting for. too.
that can be done later as well. We can
Someone
start
you
the.
blocked has joined. If they leave, they will still be blocked. It's telling me to leave the VC because I have someone blocked.
Just say
Oh.
no.
I'm gonna
Yeah, just
ban
say
you.
no. No. Okay,
Some more
Oh shit,
work
we're
on
almost
mod.
at 2.
Wonk said he'll be here in a bit. So we're just going with the questions. Adil has a list of questions that we're gonna go over, and then from there, if we have any time left over, we can probably bring some fans up too.
All right. I kind of have it set up as tabs, so it's like development questions and then
Yeah, that's
questions
fine.
about the Tundra and general game questions. So do you guys want to start off with the development questions or the Tundra ones?
Whatever fits your boat, bro.
All right. I mean, I guess I'll start off with the development questions. So it's just like questions about developers, feature content, main content, QOL changes, suggestions. So the first question that they asked was, do the developers get along well to create good work habits? Are there any conflicts?
Well, obviously, the development team will have conflicts here and there based on like what their preferences are, right?
Right.
Nobody wants the same thing, for example, in life. But everybody gets along. We all mainly know each other from different places. Most of us know each other from like Type Soul, different games. It's just basically a group of friends and connections that we all know from each other.
Okay. I think I'd probably just go between like development and then game questions, so it keeps it interesting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. First question regarding the Tundra and game update that they asked was, will this update be much harder compared to the rest of the game? The game right now seems easy and mainly point and click based.
Relatively, I believe so. Slightly, yeah. It will be a little harder.
Definitely the bosses will be.
Okay. And the next question is that will the level cap increase, and if so, will it stop at 100, or is it going to continue increasing based on content updates?
Yeah, we actually had plans on increasing the level cap with this update, I believe, towards 50.
50, okay. Will parry stun be added into the game, or will PvP get any reworks?
Parry stun as in like what? Like literal parry stun?
Yeah. In terms of like PvP changes.
I believe. Well, I mean, isn't there parry stun in the game already? Like, it exists, no? What do you mean by that?
It does. Do not play their own
It
game.
was just like a general question that they added.
I'm assuming changes to parry stun. Yeah, I believe we have plans to like change the game as it right now. It's like a constant number. We said we want to add a formula based on like how fast your animation is, how long it is, to basically return like a number that fits. So you can't just like have M1's off parry or M1's off parry essentially.
Okay. Next question. Will this update rework anything in the previous updates, or will it solely focus on new content?
Yeah, there's reworks happening. Changes to the game in itself, not for content wise, but just in its entirety.
Okay. So you said the level increase was gonna be changed to 50 from 40. Will
Yeah.
classes or subclasses be getting any new moves because of the level increase?
No comment on that. I can't lie.
Okay.
I mean, I could. There's gonna be a new base class.
Any
Coming with it.
information that we can get on those new classes?
I mean, you've already seen it.
Okay. Is Paladin going to be released this update?
Paladin? What's Paladin, bro?
They're
That's lean
referring
again,
to
bro.
like a holy like knight type of deal.
Oh,
There's
Jesus
some
Christ.
there's some like
Yeah.
like
I had a
references in the info
concept for
server.
it.
Yeah.
There is gonna be subclasses and classes added, but there's like no talk of
Swear to
paladin.
God, I guarantee Lean is the one who started that shit.
Yeah,
Not this
paladin
update.
isn't in talks
It's
right
fine,
now.
but
Yeah.
not this update.
Okay, next question. Will the Tundra update add new tameable mobs? Will they be beast tamer only?
Yeah.
Or will anyone tame them?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
will.
New tameable mobs, yes. Beast tamer only. No comment on that.
When will the faction reputation be fixed?
I've known it's been like really weird and iffy in a while, but I've had it in my mind to change the way that it functions.
Okay. Is there any information that you guys can tell us about the second pre-subclass? Or any updates on that?
Well, it's my concept, so I suppose. It has a bunch of passives that rework some of the base moves. So it's like it turns priest into more offensive than sustain.
Okay. Will the update mainly be PvE content? Will there be any PvP based content?
Yeah, there will be. It's gonna be centered on both.
Okay. Will there be any new world bosses added in the update?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan on having more weapon types and spells for mages in particular?
Weapon types,
mages,
I believe we are having a new weapon types in the talks, but
yeah,
it's like it's a
They
bit
are
weird because it's a
some.
mix of both. But
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about mages and whatnot.
it's not for mages, but
Alright.
there is a new weapon type.
Okay.
There are some spells as well.
Will the gun class be added to this update,
Nope,
or is it still?
No.
Okay.
Nope. That's never
Okay.
coming. There is no guns. It's not coming to this
Alright.
game.
Will bosses ever spawn by forming a party or ritual or some type of relation with the environment in general of the map?
I believe I had a few of those like recommendations before, like as I believe bosses or for something like the Elder Train was essentially bugged, but they wanted to like throw an idea along with fixing it as like different ways to spawn said bosses. So
Okay.
I mean, it could be planned in the future most likely.
How many new mobs or drops are getting added into this game with the update roughly?
There's a
No
lot.
comment. I mean, there's a lot, but like no comment on the
Yeah.
exact amount.
Okay. This was a question that people were asking quite a bit. Will there be a better way to obtain gold ores easier? For example, getting a gold ore by completing quests or finishing a story, perhaps?
I'm not too sure how hard it is right now. As like,
It's pretty hard, but I
Yeah.
don't.
It's like
I don't think
it's
so.
like on
There's,
average, you farm like 12 hours, dude. You may get one type of deal.
Hey,
So it's really
an
bad.
MMO. It's an MMO. You gotta put that pain in, right?
we. I can
Also,
probably look into
there
this
are,
I have a question about that
entire
too.
like, yo, so
Is there going to be a way to make it so that you have an increased chance of getting one? For example, I believe Lucky Ring and Golden Fairy don't work on objects like that.
yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. Actually, the entire like weight rolling system, I kind of feel like needs to change. Needs to be changed up and like coding wise and like functionality. I feel like either like we could keep the, I believe luck gives you like an extra roll on different rolls, I believe, right? Instead of like increasing your rarity.
Yeah, so it just gives you like quantity over like quality.
It could be changed or it could be kept, but I believe the entire system kind of needs a rework and slight buffs to certain like really hard grindy things because
Yeah.
nobody likes that.
There's
I
also
do.
a video made by the Lect Torch about like the drop rates when using Golden Fairy and Lucky Ring. I believe someone wanted to ask, like, is there a way to like to fix that stuff when the game reopens?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the whole entire rework for that is basically meant to apply that to every single weight rolling thing that's in the
Okay.
game. Basically make it scalable and less time consuming to configure.
All right. Are there going to be any changes to how rune slots work, or in terms of the way it functions right now?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like rune slots are perfectly fine though.
I think the reason why they were asking was for them, the main issue that they saw was that runes right now is pretty much to a point where it's not used for gear unless it's just endgame gear.
Oh,
perha-
you mean as in content wise, or I thought you meant like general functionality.
I think it's a bit of both in terms of how it functions and just content.
Yeah, I've heard about it, and I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I believe we can talk about something.
Okay. Are there additional cosmetic changes to Seraphim planned? I think a lot of people dislike the halos, and it forces your character after level 25 to have it.
Yeah, so somebody asked me a question like earlier today actually, and same thing got brought up with like a question I got asked like right before this stage. They were talking about customizable like race accessories, faces, and all that after you make your character. I believe, yeah, I was gonna do this. I already did like barber shit, just wasn't put into the game. It was meant to get put into the game, but it wasn't due to us having to close it. So yeah, all that stuff will be coming out.
Okay. And since you mentioned that the level cap was going to increase, will there be further evolutions to move? So, for example, like for each class, you get an evolution at level 10 pretty much, and it's not really included in some classes. So, for example, like Power Shot evolves into Triple Shot, Multi Shot, and then like Battle Auras.
Yeah, most likely. For older moves, currently, I wouldn't say as much, but for newer moves, most likely, possibly, yeah.
Okay. Will you guys ever allow being able to dual wield different weapon classes? Like a medium sword with a dagger, or a sword, dagger, fist if it gets added?
I would have to say no as of right now because I feel like that'd be way too much of a balancing issue.
Okay. Will there be faction events, like how Tapsel has
Yes.
it for repetitions and rewards?
Yes.
Okay. And then this is more of like development questions, so I'm not sure if you guys want to answer these. But how has the exploiter wave affected the mentality and work ethic for you guys?
I mean, relatively, it kind of just made us, for example, like, it just basically gave us a sigh. Not a sigh of relief, but just gives us a sigh like, hey, we're gonna have to change up a lot more about the game's like code, redo a bunch of old shit, make it more scalable with development, make it more developer friendly. So it's more easier to update the game without somebody having to figure out what does what and possibly breaking the game along with that.
You guys plan on sticking with weekly updates every Friday, or will that change after the update?
Like I said, or not like I said, but I wouldn't say what the schedule will be, but we do want to keep a consistent schedule while keeping out good, at least decent updates with like the time that we basically get for those updates.
Right.
If we can do one, we'll do one.
Yep. You guys are talking about coding in general, reworking the coding. Is that something that's being done right now, or is this something that would be done when the update comes out?
It's already been happening.
Okay. Will there ever be a pity system introduced within the game?
I would have to say no. I can't lie because it's really the only one of the only current sources of income for the game.
Okay. So that means that there's no plans revolving species rerolls to be obtainable without Robux?
No, there was plans for that, but just not really like a pity system.
Okay. This was something that community member asked. What can the community do to increase communication between developers and the community? For example, will developers post logs for progress updates? So, for example, if you guys feel burned out or you guys have a delay for an X amount of reason.
It can happen. I wrote this down essentially because I don't want to get it wrong, but posting updates as a person with the status of a developer can put so much stress and pressure on you because let's say you do a balance change. half of the community can like it, half the community will not. They will riot towards you. It's too much pressure. It's too much stress. If you want updates, you want transparency, it can be done, but I don't think like individual members of the development team should post it.
Okay. Will we see any free races come into the game in the future?
Free races, I'll have to say no again.
Obtainable races that you don't roll
Yeah.
for.
Well, I'm not sure how that fit in the game. It can happen, but as of right now, I'll have
Well,
to
I
say
have an
no.
idea of how it would fit, but I don't think it will happen.
Yeah, no, what's
Well,
it
no,
called? Since it's like a role system, it doesn't really like work. What we could probably do is make it so that you have like a evolution, I guess you could say. You know how like Seraphine and everybody has like an evolution. What if you complete a quest line and you can choose your variant kind of deal? So it'll be like a second evolve, I guess. That's not part of your
Maybe
your
yeah.
main build, you know?
Quest. And then you get vampire variant for each race. So you can be a vampire slime, a vampire elf, a vampire bunny. Oh, I just cooked so hard.
So yeah, so instead of like changing like your how your build is, it's just gonna change your cosmetics. So you just be like slightly different color or something, or have extra horns or something, you know?
Yeah, we can.
Not something game breaking. Like you need this in order to complete a build, you know?
I see a lot of people talking about Doulahan rework. I believe it needs a rework, and yes, it'll most likely happen.
Yeah, that was tying into the next question about if there was going to be any way to change your race features in the future, like your eye color, skin color, evolution.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I answered that like with like the barber question earlier beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be an option to change once you like create your character, along with I believe this might be like a problem, but I believe you should be able to like change your race. A lot of people have been asking for it, like mid game. It's your choice. I don't believe it'll be like a crazy balancing issue because it's the same thing as having a race beforehand. No, it's basically like the same thing as having a race beforehand and going with the same build. But rather without having you to wipe the same slot to go a different race, you kind of just change it there.
Will the gotcha system for spells ever be changed or reworked? Or if you guys were to change it, would you guys end up lowering the timer for rerolling spells?
It could happen, yeah. I think we talked about that a little bit.
Okay. Will there be lore writers for the game, or do you guys have anyone who adds on to the addition of story and lore?
Me.
Okay.
It's just me.
Is there any information about that can be updated for the community, or is that something that's just planned?
Like
for
what
later
do
on?
you mean? Like a lore drop?
Yeah, lore wise, yeah.
Don't really know what to say. Like that wouldn't.
Oh wait,
spoil it
I can help you real quick. So they're just referring to stuff like
Yes,
yeah, there's plans for lore, but I think what they're asking is that is there going to be like books or items stuff like that can expand the lore, not just
Books
quests
or
and
items?
yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Like little idea.
I
thought you meant like quest line.
Yeah, there is a quest line, a very extensive one that ties into something important in the Tundra, and the reward for it is pretty fire, if I say so myself. But yeah, it basically tells you a lot about what the quest lines center around, and then there's going to be item descriptions on weapons and shit. That just like little patches of lore, and then you piece it together, and then
That'd be pretty cool. What about like the current stuff we have? Because there's some items and weapons and there's some quest lines in the game that go over like just snippets of lore, right? But it's not enough to like fill in like the whole idea. Like who's Severia, you know?
I feel like
I feel like if there was a book that can describe what Severia is and whatnot, I think that'd be pretty cool too.
Severia is definitely a figure we need to like as the game progresses, we're gonna have to add more to. They're like too important right now to not do that.
Okay. And then the suggestion that I had was like add in like unique like lore books to like the world bosses stuff like that, and have like a very slim chance of obtaining, or have them pretty common. Who knows?
Yeah, we could do that. Take a bit of. It wouldn't be like this update though.
Okay. Just a general question that the committee was asking. Would you guys be able to tell us the weapon that the guy in the trailer was holding?
I personally wouldn't, but that would be something for
You
somebody else to
can
answer. if they
literally
want.
just see and you'll know what it is.
Yeah, if you look, I mean, like, everyone isn't exactly like most of the people know what the weapon is already, and Wonk has already mentioned what it is. As in general, like we mentioned, it's a class. So
Yeah, here let's put two and two together, right? You've seen the class before. You know there's a new class, and then you see a new weapon.
you see a
Let's
weapon
put
with
two
a
and two
sheath.
together, and then you do the math yourselves in your own heads silently.
Yeah, there we go.
There's
He
no
got it
picking.
in the chat. There we go.
Will pre-existing armors like Demon Sect armor receive a visual rework?
What was the question again?
Will
They're-
They're
pre-
asking, Amon. They're
Yeah, like
asking you
visual.
if the
Yeah.
old armors are gonna get reworked visually.
Yeah, 100%. The armors like Demon Sect armor and Holy armor, those two armor in general, in specific, I'm talking about specifically them first. They're really unoptimized and they definitely cause a lot of lag because they're so unoptimized. They are getting reworked, yeah, and I'm gonna be reworking most of the really significant armors that do need it. So those armors and other armors as well.
Are those
Weapons
gonna
as
get
well.
done in this
before
this
the
release?
update? Yeah. The Holy Sect armor and the Demon Sect armor, 100%.
Okay. Will we be getting gliders at all? It's just the question that they asked.
Uh,
I don't know.
no comment, bro. No comment.
You guys just gonna have to find out.
Chill.
Yeah.
That was before we came in, guys.
Will Assassin ever receive a general rework, or I guess in terms of like guys could also talk
One
about,
second before the last question on the gliders. I believe I did see things for the gliders.
Yeah.
So they were planning to do it.
I mean, if I can
So-
say this, I do have a. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, he said it right. There are things that have been made for the glider.
I
Can't
have a
really say.
question
So,
that's not on here. They're asking, will you ever be able to change your subclass during endgame? So if you wanted to choose something else.
We could. I mean, consistently being able to change it nonstop, I feel like that's too much.
No, it has to be some
Yeah.
sort of grind.
So what
A way
about
to
just like a
essentially like change
new
it?
relic? Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
that could
one-time
be
use
done.
relic.
Yeah, that could be done.
Maybe that'd have to be like extremely rare though.
We
Yeah,
need
it shouldn't
Taiwan
be
on
a-
stage. I was trying to get him on here. He didn't want to show up.
He wanted to say something that has been already been.
Bro, he's
answered,
lurking in the chat.
level-
He
He
is.
wanted to.
Oh,
he
hell
wanted
no.
to say
Yeah.
he wanted to say the level cap thing, but it already got answered. So
Yeah.
he wanted to be a
Bro, he
big
just
thing.
posted a screenshot of him being invited to this stage, and he said, "All right, who did it?" Bro,
Yo, get up here, bro.
actual lurker, bro.
That's crazy.
Hold on, I have to restart my.
Is
Discord.
anyone recording this? Yes, Zuukle is recording this.
Yeah, it's gonna be uploaded so you guys can watch.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be edited as well, so it's not gonna be like a lot of like just static, you know. Or it's just gonna be very summarized.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, there's quite a bit more. Will there be a dedicated PvP mode to earn rep faster if you guys end up reworking that? For example, they asked
Yeah.
about PvP events like Guild Wars, Ranked War.
Yeah.
There
There is gonna be PvP stuff added in the game, but it isn't gonna be forcing you into PvP. For example, it won't be something that you're obligated to do. It's something you can do. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not gonna be like you're getting gripped and you drop a loot pack. Those things are ass. They're never getting added. So yeah.
Okay. And then this was just a question about weapons in general. Will there be new and better spears and hatchets? I think a lot of people complained that they had a low
What do you
level
mean
requirement.
by what do you mean by better spears though?
More spears. There's like 3 spears in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's really
if you
spears.
mean like more weapons, yeah, 100%. There will be more weapons. There will be more
Hatchet.
spears in general.
Is there even? There's 1 hatchet in the game.
Yeah, that's when that
Uh,
shit.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that thing existed, bro.
hatch-
Someone showed up. Someone
I don't
showed
wanna-
up in one of my streams, bro, with dual hatchets. I was like, what the?
you know,
Where'd
I've
you get
seen
that?
it on. I've seen it
it's
on.
from the
daggers.
fish quest, dude.
Yeah. The one fish that you gotta
Wait, what?
catch at Lakeshire.
Yeah.
There's a
Also,
quest
there's
in the
2 hatchets.
Lakeshire.
then.
Yeah, there's a quest at Lakeshire. You talk to the guy if you complete and find that
So there's a
fish, you
goblin
get a
hatchet.
hatchet. Yeah,
There's a goblin
there will
hatchet as well.
there will be more weapons of that regard. Yeah, there will be more.
Oh,
there.
the butcher, yeah.
Don't expect like 15 weapons of that category, but expect like more
Okay.
because
And then tying into that question, will there be dual wielding spears or, I guess, more compatibility with different weapons?
Did we not
for
answer it earlier?
bosses?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're adding prayer frozen, guys. From
Will there be an increase in drops during the weekends aside from the 2x drops?
thing with the
Repeat
drop
that again?
rates. Yeah.
Will there be an increase in drops during the weekends, like how you guys have
No.
2x drops or changes? Okay.
Right now, we can most likely increase the length that those drops will stay open, like stay on for, like the 2 times.
Mhm.
But the actual
The one-
multiplier amount is not gonna get touched. The economy itself is already shit. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm willing to change the way that weighted rolling works in the game. So as you guys are not grinding your life in solo way for like a few things, especially with gold, right? But I'm not gonna be able to touch like the multiplier on like 2 times, for example, and increase it. It's
Yeah.
just gonna kill the economy more.
Makes sense. This was just a general question regarding NPCs and bosses. Are you guys gonna have markers for HPs, and how is the balancing gonna be like in terms of update
You
for
talking about
that?
like boss HP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's planned.
Okay.
Multiple, stackable, and whatnot.
Oh, so someone brought up a really good one. Will we ever get like a option to toggle for like damage charts and stuff like that? For example, if we were to fight a really big boss
Oh,
and we can see how much damage someone does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
definitely.
thinking of already. Like, you tell me like damage contribution, right? Like percentage
Yeah.
of health.
And then you'll be able to see like on the
that's gonna
side of your
come with, like,
screen.
the health bar and whatnot on the top.
like GPO, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of.
no.
And that and will you guys ever rework how aggro works with knight and stuff like that? Because you know how their current like how mobs move is that they target the person who does the most damage.
Mm.
That doesn't really fit well with something like knight. Because knight's not gonna do as much damage as a archer or a mage, you know. Like, would you be
I
able to give like
think-
knight?
Egos.
You know how you can probably like give like knight like an aggro move, for example, like something like roar, like off of World of
Don't-
Warcraft.
There is like
I've never played
things
World of
like-
Warcraft, so I can't tell you what's in there.
Oh, basically,
it means like there's like for example a move like taunt
Taunt,
that
yeah,
lets
taunt.
me to be aggro of the NPCs. There is a move like taunt that was discussed before. So if that's the question, yeah.
okay, and then will that be able to be added in this next update coming up?
We'd have to
yeah.
talk about it, but yeah, it's already been made, so most likely.
Are you guys
You're
planning
saying
on
knight already
adding-
has taunt. Yeah, but I don't think it works correctly, does it?
No, it doesn't. I'm not saying that. If you mean like reworking the thing,
Yeah.
no comment on that yet, but definitely can be reworked. But yeah, it's like there are things that would let you take aggro if that's what you mean.
Oh, someone said it should be added like a passive for knight to just like deal aggro with less like damage, or be able to take it take the aggro like the attention with a little
Yeah.
effort.
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, that can be.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy's profile picture is Job. I want to ban him.
Yo, don't
Can I ban Bonnie Chance?
Stop that.
Don't be
Frankie
mean, man.
underscore Junior.
Don't be mean, man. It's
Map.
okay.
Yes. Another question I had personally was, will there be ever a way to obtain like a map or something, or have like a map UI you can
I don't
toggle on
think
or off?
you should be able to obtain it. Maybe you should, but I believe we should add a map into the game. It wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, it could be kind of cool. Like you obtain like a bit of it from each area, and then you unlock the whole map later on. So that would be pretty cool.
All right, and then another one was, what was it again? My bad. About map expansion and stuff like that. Would there be able to have an option when you like toggle the map UI, have like a notification that says when a boss is spawning in, so people can go to that area?
Notification relatively, but if there was a way to notify a player, it would be through a marker on the map, most likely.
Will there be a choice for vanity armor?
Like Bandit armor, yeah, I already mentioned that. I feel like it should be a free thing and not through a rune.
Okay.
If it is a thing though, we're not doing it for weapons, bro. Can't do that for weapons.
Weapons, no, it should never be for weapons. Just gear.
Bro, people keep asking, are we remodeling Astra Gauntlets like we did not?
It's been remodeled. It's in the sneak peeks already.
It's actually making me so mad, bro.
It's okay. I read it like 5 times.
Like, come on, bro.
People are asking,
just
will
want to come-
pairing ever stagger mobs?
Repeat that.
They're asking if like
pairing
you parry a mob, can you at least like
on it.
Like
You parry-
Sekiro, you mean?
yeah.
The
Press B
Stagger
down
it
there.
depends.
What,
Like if you can like it depends though, cause like if you're staggering a big ass enemy with just parrying him for a few times, then that's kind of crazy. Cause the game is like parry based, so it would be a bit.
Stagger like a humanoid bomb.
Yeah,
Possibly a big boss like Elder Treant. No,
Someone's a little sleepy.
no, I just yawned.
Yeah, you know what that means? It means you're tired, buddy. Ah, shit, it's 1:45.
whoever is joining this right now, just wait for the video because we have answered a lot of questions that you're asking already, like level cap increase. Yeah,
Shameless plug.
Just spamming that shit.
But that's crazy. But yeah, so I think if Adil has any more questions, I'm pretty sure we answered most of them already.
Yeah, I mean the rest of the questions were kind of development questions, and I'm not really sure if you guys want to answer some controversial
You can
ones.
go ahead and ask. If,
Yeah, you
I'm
can
not- if
ask.
I can't answer, I'll just tell you.
This is just a question that people were asking. What happened to the 3 developers regarding the lack of content updates, or for them to go on hiatus after the game release? They were asking if John was the head developer owner, and communication issues about that.
I mean, yeah, they're all just in the behind the scenes now. They don't really interact now. It's just our job.
Okay. People were asking, are the people who got banned at the raid that led to the shutdown of the main server, are they going to get unbanned? I know it's a stupid question, but they were just asking about that.
No comment.
I can answer that.
That's
So
more for Zuukle,
for
yeah.
any people that got banned during the raid or got banned in any circumstances, right? We have a support server that you guys can go to and attempt to appeal. Basically, you can just make a ticket, ask them why did I get banned, and then we'll give you the info. And if there isn't any info, or you got banned in other like circumstances, like the road cleaner, you're probably not gonna get banned, or you unbanned at least. So yeah, we have precautions, we have logs, we have everything we need. So just if you feel like you got banned for a reason, then apply or appeal.
There was one more question. They were asking if Assassin was ever going to receive a general rework.
Doesn't need
It's
one.
not for me to answer. It's more of a...
Wait, what was that question again?
Will Assassin ever receive a rework?
I mean, why does it need a rework? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
thinking too.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know why it would need a rework. Just because it doesn't do as much damage as like Ninja doesn't mean it needs a rework. They're just used for different purposes.
And
I mean,
then,
I've been
yeah, sorry.
yeah, you can go on. Keep going.
I know, it was going to be another question, so.
All right.
Will we ever be getting a job system like blacksmithing, cooking, fishing,
a
or something
job.
where
Oh,
players to
yeah.
level up for more
Yeah,
in-game
that's-
content?
I brought that
Yeah,
up. Having
was
professions. Okay, I got that
that
brought up.
was that was actually on my mind. I was thinking of having cool
Mhm.
professions, and essentially, I'm not fully sure what games are similar. Correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
can
I think
I can fill
Elden
you
Ring
in the
has
info
something
later.
similar. Essentially, you do more of this, and you basically get better at it. I feel like that's what I have in mind.
Elder Scrolls has that basically.
Yeah, and you get
Yeah.
rewarded from it.
Wait,
Yeah.
let me give you the
But that was on my mind. I feel like that would have been a good content update.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
here you go. I found it. Go into dev chat real quick.
No.
Oh, they can chat names.
Yeah, that's basically what I had in mind.
Okay. For everybody
so
else,
for
just go
example,
look
like-
in.
Hold on. For example, it wouldn't be exactly what you said, but
Put it
that
in
is
lore.
basically, like
Oh no, desktop.
essentially like
Oh,
a
put it at
jump
dev
can
talk.
have a max increase of like X to like a certain point, right? There'll be a max increase of X. The more you get, the more better you get at that job, like the more level you have, the more you go towards that max increase. So let's say if it's like you said, miner, right? 30% mining like speed increase plus a better chance to gain like better materials and a better chance to gain more of that like said drop material. The more you progress, the more it progresses towards that. So if the max is like 30% more mining speed, if you're like level 50, it'll be half of that. So it'll be 15% more. So once you get level like 100, it'll be like 30%. That's what I had in mind.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah. Professions. Someone had another good question. Hold on. Let me go look for it. Are fairies gonna be reworked? Like how you can't use them, you can't use a fairy in a rideable tame.
I feel like there should be a different slot for fairies, but I'm not too sure about that. I feel like you should be able to have a fairy and a pet at the same time, but that might be a bit too OP.
I mean, yeah.
Someone asked, will there be more endgame content added, or the current existing be reworked? Because all you do now is just farm bosses jobs or boss
Yeah,
jobs.
of course.
I had an idea for some in-game content that wasn't really PvP or PvE, just more like coolness. It would be like housing, like houses. Like in Elder Scrolls Online, there's like these houses in areas you can purchase the property, and then you can completely customize to whatever you like. So I was thinking we could do something like that in like each area of the map. There'd be some properties and shit.
Yeah, actually.
That'd be
That's not a
pretty
bad
cool,
idea.
yeah.
And you'll get
Something like
robbed or some shit, bro.
Okay, listen. I don't know about that. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, like
They're saying hell no.
yeah.
We already had a bad run-in with loot bags. Let's not start again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you
is
guys ever
fishing
really-
going to get reworked? Like the
What'd you say?
mechanic. Is the fishing mechanic going to get reworked?
I never.
Yeah,
fully
we're
tried
actually
it. What
changing
is
it to type
What is it like?
fish.
Too boring right now.
Yeah, just you gotta look in your screen and then click as soon as you see a fucking droplet.
Yeah.
It's not
I
it's
can
not
definitely-
interactive
I
enough.
can definitely,
So
It can definitely get done.
yeah,
Definitely get changed.
Let's just copy fish and we'll call it.
They're asking
Rune.
for dungeons. Are dungeons ever
Dungeons?
are on the roadmap?
It was
Yeah, they
definitely
are.
planned, I believe. Yeah.
yeah, it is. It is.
And then
Do
they're
you guys
asking
have-
for raid type mechanics. Like I don't know if you guys ever played WoW or anything like that, but
Boss raid.
yeah, like
Boss raid,
like the
yes.
mother spider type of deal.
That's not even
Sure.
a boss raid, but there is one this update.
Yeah.
He's about to say it.
Do you guys
We
have
gotta
any
keep it on the
plans
wrap.
for more support spells or better scaling for shields?
Oh god, no.
More
Bro, shields are already
spells?
like extremely strong right now. Actually, unless we give the shield 7 HP in PvE and PvP. But I would. Not sure how that would work though, but I mean, it could be possible.
What about moving rune slots and runes across armors? Because a lot of times people just min-max for one set of gear, and then you just get outclassed in the next update.
Um,
I mean, that's like,
every
isn't
kind of
that,
game, though, isn't it?
yeah, like,
That's what happens when balance patches come out in any game.
there are, yeah,
Game
like
mode.
an update comes out and then the old thing slightly, like someone asked in the chat, what will happen to our level 40 gear, which is kind of a similar thing. Like, you're just getting new things that are better than your level 40 gear. So, since Tundra is the new place, there will be new gear there will be new drops, so you can farm for those. So that's the content.
I think they were asking, is there going to be a bestiary in the works, like information about drop
Yeah,
gear?
I saw that. I saw that
I don't
message.
heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
I wanted to add that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really epic.
I believe these are more so PvE like related things. Like, would you consider like jobs PvE? I think it'd just be more of like content.
Yeah, they're like
I think
professions.
it's just
It's just like
game
in-game material.
mechanic.
For example,
Yes.
I'll send it to you later, Evilblue. But I have a vision for a rework of the Adventure Guild, because basically the moment you hit past like level 30, 35, it becomes useless, and you never go back to A sharp for the Adventure Guild.
Yeah, I believe it can definitely get made relatively easily. It wouldn't take that much time, and it could definitely like contribute to later content.
Any chances that
Yeah.
you guys will make loot bag drops based on like joining a faction, or just not at all?
Yeah, we already talked about that. I don't want to
Discuss.
update too much, but it's just a discussion. That's basically it right now.
I have another one. People are asking for, will like rep ever be like have an additional way to earn it? For example, having like a job board at your faction, like
Yeah,
base,
that's what I
stuff
mean.
like that.
The job should definitely contribute to rep.
Okay.
There should definitely be different quests. I don't know if it's in the game right now, but I believe rep is only like through killing enemy factions, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so jobs and all that, essentially like quests, it should definitely all increase towards like your rep. It shouldn't just be PvP mainly, as there is PvP content getting added to the game, and I don't think like your faction rep should just like purely be PvP.
There should be faction quests as well. So
This
instead of
is
just getting
more
more.
lore based, but in terms of the main storyline, wise, like for example, the Seven Dragons, how much content are we currently at right now? Is there any way you could provide a percentage about that information?
There's no way to really provide a percentage
Very
on content.
Low.
Every
Probably.
every dev is working on different things to get everything done quicker. Like some people are focusing on recoding, some people are focusing on like the mobs, some people are focusing on like the weapons.
I don't think it's even that.
Yeah.
I believe it was mainly like, oh hey, like how much like of the future content do you guys have like planned and done? You can't really
Yeah,
Oh,
you can't really
percentage
you,
on
you,
that.
you can't you can't really
It's
say a
like,
percentage.
it's like basically trying to calculate a percentage of like infinity. It just doesn't exist. It's not possible.
Well, for all you lore gooners, it got retconned into 8 dragons now. There's one more.
That's pretty cool.
If
Um,
anyone
they're
cares.
asking if there is ever going to be a new way to like trade, sell, or negotiate stuff like your items instead of just like the Discord server and.
Yeah, I was actually hoping somebody asked us. An auction house isn't planned, and it's already been like in the works.
Yeah.
Dale. All right, and then the next one I brought it up today. I put it in the polls. It was are there alternative ways to like travel? I guess
Like
like
fast travel?
like waypoints for like towns and stuff like that.
I know a lot of people wanted that. I believe relatively, I wanted to add it, but at the same time, I wanted to keep some part of the like aspect of traveling. So in my head, it was like you can fast travel, but to relative areas like closer to you. Because I don't want you fast traveling like across the map.
maybe like the nearby town, but you cannot just skip all of those towns and go to the end.
Yeah, what about like possibly a new spell, like a portal that you can summon for your party to head back to Wayshire?
That definitely could be added, but it would definitely have to be like higher rarity, like a pretty decent
Okay.
one.
This is completely off topic, but they're asking if is the boss deleter build gonna be nerfed. So
Boss the leader build.
okay, let
I
me
don't know
explain.
what
Let
it
me
is.
explain.
What is getting
Let me
nerfed? No, it's getting
explain.
nerfed. No. The boss the leader, bro. That's all I gotta hear, bro. It's getting nerfed. I don't do balancing, bro. But hey, bro, it might be my first change. Like, it's not staying in the game. Boss the leader build? No.
Yo, can we tame amphitheaters? Sometime in the future
Uh,
or something?
Yeah, I believe some mobs might be able to get tamed again, or
Okay.
might be
Let's
able to
make
get
sure
tamed.
There will be
Well,
new
there-
things you can
oh,
tame as well. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Will
for
there
those who
be
care, bro,
re-rolling
there's
for
a frog.
oh, frogs? Will there be like
Everyone-
re-rolling for class awakenings like sharpshooter?
Wasn't this class thing
Yeah,
asked
look,
already?
Yeah, we already talked about
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
should like
already-
more like specific with that.
All right, we're asking the same questions over and over. Think somebody
I think we're done. I do gotta get off for now. So it was good talking with you guys. I hope everybody got their answers, their questions answered. I will have this video up probably tonight. So for anybody that didn't get to watch it, we'll be able to watch it. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, stuff like that, you guys can always ask us in the general chat or something.
Before everybody leaves, I'll bring up like 10-ish people. I don't know if anybody wants to bring up, but I'll bring them up to
Okay.
like answer questions that they still have
Yeah,
curiosity
We
about.
stayed up
Same.
till 2 a.m. for this.
Okay,
yeah. I'll
you
bring
guys
up a few people
have
as well.
fun. Good luck. And if you guys need anything, let me know.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to. But first, how do I bring up my good pal Icy?
Just tell him to ping you in chat or some shit.
First person to ping me in chat gets brought up.
Brother, what?
I lied.
Nice.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Rafay. No.
Bro, what do you
Alright,
mean
I'll
don't
bring
do
up,
it?
I'll bring up. Alright, I'll bring up Everburner.
Yeah, I'll bring up a few people as well.
Hold on, one at a time though. Yo, what's
One
up?
at a time, guys.
Yeah, one at a time. Of course.
Wait, why would you let them speak? No. Why'd you let them invite? Why'd you?
Period. Icy has his hand up.
Yo, wait, what did you do?
No, disable requests, bro.
Put your hand up, Icy.
Wait, Ragusa.
Bro, you trying to
Oh,
look
no.
at Ragusa or what?
No,
Wait,
this
what do
is
you mean
fake.
Ragusa?
No, this is a fake, bro. No, this is
Yo,
fake, bro.
Pack God, what the hell? Pack God's trying to like pack us.
Wait, hold on, wait. No, I see somebody in the chat that I know. No, you evil demon.
Yo, okay. Abur is here. Yo, what's up?
I don't think. Oh no, my mic does work now. Cool. What's up?
Yeah, it works. Yeah, okay. What
Yeah, no, I
question
had to,
do
like,
you have?
I don't know. I'm just a mod.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow.
Fair,
I
look,
tried-
it's very
You
happy.
can send me back down if you want.
That's
Actually,
nice.
No, it's cool, it's cool. I low-key thought you had a question or some shit.
Yeah, can I ask a question? I had a question for the community.
Samuel had a question, yeah. Yeah, go on.
I had a lot of people DMing me and asking me about like the final wave slot compensation. Do you have any info about that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure tickets are made. People were like logged. It'll probably be like if people weren't restored, it'll probably mostly get restored by the time that thing comes out.
Type.
Yeah, the other question you sent me in DMs, right? The clarification thing. You can ask that as well.
Oh yeah. If we like change the drop rates, could we remove 2x rates because it's just unhealthy for the game as a whole?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but it's relatively the only way people like stay happy when things happen. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, just every weekend is like it just incentivizes people to only really play on the weekends. If it was like update week and stuff, it would be a lot healthier.
I mean, yeah, no, when updates come out, I believe it should be a thing.
Yeah, I don't mean to remove it as a whole. Just like every weekend's kind of crazy.
I'll bring up someone. How do I bring them up? Invite to
Just
speak.
invite them to speak
Okay,
and
there
have to
we go.
join.
There we go. All right.
Yo, what's good?
Yeah. What's up? What's up?
All right, so I did want to kind of ask if you guys are gonna do anything with like boats or anything.
Yeah, that
Both?
is
Like
fine.
have some like
Yeah.
a sea update.
Yeah, that's somewhere in the upcoming like month-ish.
If
I'll
you're,
say, maybe.
yeah. There are boats.
Okay, I also wanted to ask with like the topic of like duping problems, did you guys put in like item IDs at all? So then like there can't be duplicates of one item, kind of like the similar to
It's
debug.
always been a thing, but it was done in a weird way originally.
Oh, okay. I was just curious about that. I wasn't really sure how it was done, but I was wondering if there wasn't any item IDs. And I totally agree with what Samuel said about the times 2 drops. I think that should be gone. Like, I think like a good
Yeah, the
suggestion
game's
maybe to,
economy is
like,
already fried, but
Yeah.
it
totally
won't
agree,
be.
bro.
I don't believe it'll be hard to repair it, but it will take some time. There are methods to speed it up, but it will take time.
Yeah, I think like 10% drops on weekends would be kind of valid because there's not really a reason to play during the week. If like if you grind like twice the amount of drops on weekends, you don't really have an incline to play during the week if you have like school or work or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people were talking about like the player count dropping, but I feel like that was a major reason for it, along with some of the glitches with hackers and all that. One of the other things I was gonna ask was, you guys didn't like fully expand on it earlier about like when the level cap does increase, like if there's new abilities or not. Like I feel like it kind of got like swept past. I wanted to ask about that.
Will you repeat that, like last part?
So like when there's new like the new level cap, will there be new abilities in between level 40 and 50? Like if you go like raw 50 in
Yeah, I
one
believe that
class,
was
like,
already said. Like there will be new abilities for those.
okay, sorry, earlier I thought it wasn't answered. I might be wrong though.
No, you're good.
You know, everyone's just asking release date.
See, you
That's
don't put
like
release
Yeah,
the
dates
thing.
on
that,
it.
With,
that,
the thing with the release dates
That's
is
too
that
much unneeded pressure.
yeah, it's like
yeah, I know.
we won't be able to work properly because like if you give a date and for example, let's say I cannot, my computer broke, so I cannot work, so that's delayed now, and the date is gonna just eat everyone up in the team. So release dates are
Hey,
really
listen,
scary.
release date is the minute after never, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's valid. If you guys give the people a release date, there's just gonna be like crazy riots if it's not done on time.
Too much,
Yeah,
bro.
we have a roadmap in our head of when we plan to drop, but we just don't wanna say it because it's just
Mhm.
too much pressure. It's just too much pressure, you know.
Is there a chance
That's
that
about-
like, I don't know exactly how long you guys are planning on leaving the game down, but is there a chance that the game would reopen before the Tundra update, or is it all gonna happen at once for sure?
Most likely
Game
all
will
at once.
drop it. Yeah, it'll drop it Tundra.
I
Hey,
got a
I
question
mean-
really quick.
Y'all got it.
Will common races like have evolutions? I've been seeing that a lot.
Repeat that one more time. Sorry, somebody messaged me.
Will common races have like evolutions, or like will they get more love in the future?
I mean, right now it's not planned because it's a really minuscule thing. It's not like really important, but yeah, we can definitely be done in the future.
Okay.
Alright, let me bring someone else up that has a question. There you go.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, so I do got a couple questions for the developers. So will legendary weapons get scaled with the game? Because I feel like y'all do a lot of updates where y'all add a bunch of legendary weapons, and if y'all increase level cap, of course those weapons kind of get outdated. And I think that at least legendary weapons should have a way to scale with the current level or the current level of the game. So I'm just trying to see y'all thoughts on that.
Well, I had
So
a
like, is Ragnarok going to just be trash as soon as y'all raise the level cap? There's going to be no way to, make that weapon good. Something similar to Deepwoken where they have like a pluripotent alloy where you can kind of upgrade the weapon to make it good.
I mean, Daniel can answer that better than me, but I think that's doable. Not
Repeat that one more time.
Mainly just saying that like legendary weapons still being able to
legendary
be
weapon
used.
scaling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
he said the
mainly
deep token
with the
thing. You know, deep
it's
token has like a
especially with
thing.
like the game meta. But yeah, no, scaling for the weapons, I believe if it's not in the game already and whatnot for different like values, it should be should be there.
No, I'm saying like more on the stat wise. Like if
Stat wise,
if y'all
you
drop
being able to upgrade it, is that what you mean?
I
Like you
mean,
being
no,
able
like y'all hit level
alright, for
level
example,
50 becomes a thing in the game, and now all the legendary
if
40 weapons y'all added.
stat wise is not really an issue, there is like dismantling like legendary weapons like in the process of like dots.
Okay, because I see that y'all do like adding legendary weapons, so I think that those weapons should be able to be usable, definitely for PvP things to give more variety in the game. And then I had another question about: are y'all gonna make guilds relevant, or is it just gonna be something where it's like, hey, you just invite your friends and that's that?
No, I had plans for guilds. Like when I first joined the game, that was like one of my first ideas for it.
Okay, and then my final question is PvE balancing. Are y'all gonna do something for the game where it's like certain classes kind of you can actually use them? Because like I was talking about Knight earlier, some classes and PvE senses just they don't work. That's why everybody use like archers and mages to get credit. I think there should definitely be some balancing between like the classes while fighting bosses. So for example, like Knight, if you use Iron Will, you can get credit for taking damage for your team.
We do have a damage mitigation like system.
So would you
That
get
was,
credit if you use
credit
like
for what?
Iron Will as a tank?
Yeah.
That's in the game?
Not right now, but it was
Okay.
planned. We already have certain things for like, for example, taking damage as warrior knight. It'll give you contribution.
Okay. And yeah, that's all of my questions. I ain't trying to hold y'all for too long. Thank y'all for letting
thanks
me
for.
up.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Got it.
All right.
I liked your idea as well. He had a cool idea. I sent him the dev server. There's someone else. How many more you want to do? Do you want me to add? Okay, but
Yo, I
Oh,
just
my
want to
God.
say thank you for letting me on the stage, by the way. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
My
Yeah.
bad if any other questions weren't really good. Yeah, I kind of just compiled it
Oh,
from what
they're
people
pretty
were
fun.
asking about.
no worries, bro. The questions are good.
Nice meeting you guys.
I invited one more guy.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
All right. So, one of my biggest questions. This might have been answered earlier because I wasn't here the whole time. But I was wondering if y'all were gonna like continue the storyline with the guy that was inside the Adventure Guild in Wayshire. Because I thought it was pretty cool how the guy was like, "Oh, I gotta go find where the Goblin King is at," and like it kind of just like got cut off when we got to Ashenshire. And I was wondering if y'all were gonna continue that.
Oh, so like more like story kind of related to
Yeah, like story,
the
like quests
bosses and
kind of
stuff.
related.
There is like story, like you know, like a big ass quest line that has been added. If you mean every single boss, then I'm not really sure about that. But there is ideas, like there is a quest line, so that would increase more. That would definitely increase a lot more immersion when it comes to the bosses and stuff.
Okay. Another question. I was wondering if y'all were gonna like, so with how like the spell gacha works currently, like you just spend a certain amount of money, and if you're like low level, you can get lucky and get a broken spell. I was wondering if you guys were gonna like add like a spell crafting system or like a way to have like proper spell progression, because some of them are just like bad and not worth using.
I
And I was
feel
wondering if
like
y'all
you
were gonna
could
do that.
add like modifiers or amplifiers to different spells essentially to change how they function, which is not even a bad idea. I mean, I believe Deep Token has something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it does.
Another question. Do y'all have any like plans for Priest getting more subclasses anytime soon?
Repeat that one more time.
Like, is there any plans for priests getting more subclasses? Because there's only one right now.
No comment. I want to know on that.
Okay. My last question was: is there like a plan for there to be like more like how do I explain this? So how there's like spell scrolls? Will there ever be like skills that use focus that are on scrolls?
I couldn't tell you, but it could definitely come in the future. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's all my questions.
I've
Thank you
seen
for letting me speak.
someone say that will you guys remodel the enemies? The thing with the I really like the Runeser's style of the models for enemies, like the blocky
Yeah.
style. We are going to be keeping that, but like for texturing wise, there will be some improvements on that in terms of like textures. But the model itself, the mesh, will be the same. I don't want to change that because that's unique. So I want to keep it.
Yeah, the style is
Yeah.
really good. I just thought of one more question. You guys are talking about how there's gonna be like you guys are thinking about adding housing. Will there be like a guild-based system added at some point?
Housing was just an idea that he gave. It's something that is too expansive, or well, too much thinking into that. It'll delay a lot. So
True.
what do you meant guild expansion? What was
No,
the
like
question?
like so instead of having like a personal house, you can build a guild base with your guild in like a location.
That's related to guilds. I mean, there are plans for guilds. I'm not sure about guild bases, but there are plans. So guilds are more useful and not just like cosmetic that you make with your friends. So yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's all my questions. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right, thanks, bro.
All right.
All right, I'll bring one more person up, and probably someone that's not a YouTuber. Let's see. Just don't say a slur, man.
It's all you, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to find someone worthy to be up here, bro. I don't want them to say a slur. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
All right.
Oh, you got it. When you say Amon, I won't say a slur. I don't trust you, bro.
I'll bring. Wait, what?
Bring like a slime up. They did talk a lot in the server, so they definitely ain't just gonna throw that all away for a slur. Bring like
I'll
a green
bring
guy
a
up.
slime, and I'll bring another person.
I'll bring a okay, yeah, but perfect. Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's going on? Bro?
Yeah, you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I have a few questions. I'll let Viral go first. Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, you got it.
All right. So my first question was, weapons, right? Like, are they gonna get different crits? Because some weapons have like sword weapons. They have like the same crits, and like it gives variety to the game. Use different crits.
I think legendaries.
Are you talking about like whatever Duke has?
Yeah, like weapons in general. Like, let's say, the Dire Bear sword. You know how it has a unique crit, and like the Viridian has a unique crit. Like, just weapons in general having unique crits instead of the basic same crit for all.
Oh, more weapons with more unique crits. Yeah, that could definitely happen.
Yeah, like
Some old weapons could
legendaries,
definitely
like
get reworked.
yeah, and like
Just like any game does it.
New weapons could also help that.
And also another question I wanted to ask was like how you guys said you're gonna increase the level cap to level 50, right? Are you guys gonna add like subclass? I mean, like let's say you put investments into warrior and then like you put into priest, like you have like a skill you can get by putting, let's say, 25 points into warrior or like 25 points into priest, like a skill like that or something.
I mean, that's just dependent on one of the content updates, but I think it's really focused right now.
Yeah. Also, I saw someone ask, like, they asked about the necromancer class in chat right now. If that's even being worked on.
I want to see a Church Knight Necro multi-class coming into RuneSlayer. I'm scared, bro.
And yeah, that's all my questions were really.
But
all right.
So yeah, I just have a couple like just quality of life suggestions or just questions in general. Like one of the things I wanted to know is temperature meter. Like when you're in Volcano, and obviously the Tundra's coming up, and it's kind of just a guessing game because your screen's changing color with your environment. Like in Volcano, it's kind of hard to tell because the side of your screen is red, but like everything around you is also red. So it's like I don't know what or how much time I got left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that like something you guys can consider working on, or is that like a possibility?
Yeah, I can get made. It's relatively simple.
Okay.
There's another thing. I seen a question someone asked about mobile. Daniel can answer that.
Yeah, mobile and like proper console support is already planned. Mobile's most likely can come first, and then console after. If not, both can probably drop.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And another thing, obviously the game got closed down for exploiting and like stuff like that. If there's going to be a data rollback, could you tell me if there's going to be one in the first place, and if how long it's going to be rolled back for? Like how much are people going to be losing?
I'm not sure if there's going to be a data rollback. I don't believe anything crazy happened.
There was just duping, so the dupers and like
unfortunately
like item logs and stuff, you can keep track of that.
Even if we had item logs, it's too much.
Right, yeah, it's a lot of people. I don't.
The main thing.
Unfortunately, one thing I will say is each like item has a unique ID, right? The way that the current unique IDs like function in the game, the system that detects it doesn't really work well. When the game drops again, if you have two of the same unique IDs, one of the items will most likely wipe. Right. And if you join a server with somebody with the same unique ID as you, you will most likely lose your item.
Okay. And this is more of a... Oh, go on.
A lot of people duped like gold coins, like having like insane amounts of gold coins.
Yeah.
For that, gold coins would
currency.
just get capped at like 1,000, let's say. So
yeah.
Right,
speaking of that, is there going to be a plan for currency being put into the bank? Like, could there be like a currency for the bank instead of just items?
That was
because like sometimes
life I wanted to add.
Yeah, sometimes when I farm a slot and go to a different one for like a different reason, I have to like grind on that slot to buy something for like guild shop. It's kind of annoying. I just wanted to ask about that too. And I also had an idea for faction content. I don't know how much of that is a priority. Obviously fixing exploits and stuff comes first, but
what's up?
Obviously people don't like force PvP in a PvE game. And I had an idea, kind of to merge both of those things with minimal consequence. Go on.
You talking about like faction rep and whatnot?
Oh yeah, but it's also gonna be like a kind of like a mini game mode. But I just wanted to run that by you guys. I don't know if you've either played this game called For Honor on Steam. I know this is gonna make some people kind of upset.
I haven't played it.
It's just by name alone.
I've made things related towards it, and I've seen plenty of people play it. Yeah.
Okay, but I just wanted to put this as a reference point, not trying to like integrate anything, but this would be a PvE and PvP type game mode. Maybe it'd be like once an hour you get a prompt on your screen. You could teleport to an area with your guild or your faction, and you would try to either defeat a lore character for the opposite faction for faction-based rewards or faction points, or just something in general that would help progress your character, because obviously there's not a lot of PvE content for faction.
Before.
Yeah,
I talked about like jobs, different ways you can contribute more to faction rep, factions in general. That also ties into that. So yeah.
Okay. And another thing I wanted to ask was some people were saying for that new screenshot, obviously it was a katana. They're asking if there was some kind of subclass for like a samurai. I don't know if you guys can't say if it's like a no comment thing. I honestly wasn't really paying attention to too many things, because as soon as I got put up here, there's a lot of questions, and I'm just trying to help people out. Most of this stuff was YouTubers, and I'm just trying to answer questions for people in general, not just they had questions for themselves wrote down, so they came up here.
I believe it's a samurai class. I can't talk, but it's a samurai class. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
the thing in the teaser is samurai, and katana is the weapon that
just some other bug fixes and other concerns I had. I've been asking this for quite a long time, and that's kind of the reason why I'm a slime, because I keep mentioning this. The new one of the new weapons you get from the Lich, the tile, I don't know if this was an intended feature or not, but I was able to use the passive shield training. I don't know if that's something you guys intended. I was just
It
wondering
needs
if that was going
to.
to come back or if
Yeah,
that was intended or not, because I didn't want to make a whole build or have a whole build planned out for it not to work in the future. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So is that going to be something that they could use, like the shield and the tile? Or is that meant to be a two-handed weapon?
That wouldn't be a question for me to answer. I can't lie.
Okay. All right.
that needs a
And
rework somewhat, but yeah, that's about
Oh,
it, bro.
somebody told me
Lucky.
shield and tile. No.
Yeah,
yeah, shield and tile.
yeah, nah.
All right. All right. I think that's just about all I had to say, really. It's just,
All
minor
right.
balance changes and, just quality of life stuff.
Nice talking, bro. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
All right.
See you,
Thank you,
bro.
guys. Have a good one.
All right, I had a few questions that I just read, which was will you add levels up to 100? Uh, yeah, there will be more content. I cannot say a specific number, but there will be more content, so level will increase more. 60. I mean, like 50 isn't the max. It's just the thing we're increasing it to. And then someone asked, will there be new factions to join other than Holy and Demon Sect? That was also in talks, like a sort of faction that isn't focused on like PvPing the other faction, but it's more so just PvE focused. So like the quests you do and everything you do would be more so like tied with PvE instead of like PvP stuff. So that was a talk. I'm Indian, bro. The fuck you want from me? The fuck, bro? Why you guys trying to ask nationality, bro? It does not matter in RuneSlayer. Yeah, bro. I'm about to scam. I'm a tech scammer. What's up? Alright. The other question was, will you add the 7 dragons in lore and future updates? There are dragons, yeah. So they will be used. They will be used. Just gotta wait for the updates. I think that's about it. Okay, we answered a lot of questions. We can possibly do more of these, but don't expect this like to be a constant thing because we need to also work on the game. So, alright, man.
And that's it for
How
now.
the hell do I close?